There he is, back to the YouTube and that. Brilliant, before I forget. So anyway, like I said, not been on here for a while, but here we are, back with Miskatonic, where we play as Charlotte Lestrange. Let's see, well, apparently I'm needed in the library. Better go over there. I can't quite remember why, but let's try it. There's Nutty. Hello, Wobbly. Did you enjoy your little bacon sarnie? I did, thank you, Annie. That was... What was that sauce in it? It was super scrumptious. Oh, that's a secret English sauce recipe. I smuggled some of it under my fabulous petticoats. Back home, we simply call it brown. Ah, shrub. Don't tell me. It's made of, like, shredded freckles and ripped out throats or something. Am I gonna get sharp teeth and purple blood, Annie? Oh, no, 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 no. They made brown sauce before the Great Funning. It's made out of vinegar and molasses and all that. Tastes great on a cooked arse, though. Oh. What's the Great Funning? When everything got fun! It used to be really boring before everyone went a little nuts. Should have seen me playing badminton in my ugly-arsed white dress, being courted by the local boys in plaid waistcoats and coiffed hair, pims and pickle on cocktail sticks, picnics on the weekend at the park, bus to the town, comes every hour, please and thank you, routine and pleasant. Bloody tedious. I can agree with that. I don't know, that sounds kind of nice. Ah, you should see it now. That bus route. Now the bus is covered in spikes and the driver trades his roadkill for a night with the pie maker's brother. Fair enough. The badminton courts are now communal barbecue pits where whole villages get together and cook burgers out of the football team from the next town over. The local boys wear nothing but a smile, and the local girls use their white dresses to dress nothing but bite boots. No bastard bobbies bopping you on the head for pissing up the wall of the local pictures. We ate them first, of course. Okay, down with the police, clearly. Oh, I like this girl. There's a lot of fun to be had when you're in it for yourself, Melody. Huh. Well, apart from the cannibalism, that doesn't sound too bad. Shame about all the cannibalism. This way. Hey guys, you want to see me? Ah, which girl? You wouldn't happen to have any more secrets to divulge? Let me think. Oh, I discovered I had magic eyes when I was 9. The day I left school to become a witch, I sneezed in class and liquefied my home ec teacher. You have magic eyes? What do they do? Well, I don't have much control over them, but basically I do this. Ah! That'd be creepy. Ah, make it stop, make it stop! Basically, they do this. And stuff happens. Usually it's harmless, making people think strange things, or their limbs are a little numb, making tiny doggos do backflips, or babies say their first words. But, you know, occasionally it makes stuff turn inside out. I guess that's an extra secret for you, Nico. Well, that's my secret gathering that needs help with, Charlotte. We can expand the library to house my collections, but the engineering department exploded last night. I need you to find some power tools that will help us in the library and build an extension. Are you up for the task? Sure, I guess I can handle that. Excellent. Try the Corporeum. If anyone has power tools in this building, it'll be the French girl. I can't remember my father's face. The Corporeum, oh, check it out. Go to the Capoeira. Oh, hey guys, have you seen the engineers? We're trying to renovate the library. We still have engineers? I thought they all exploded when that dopey machine they've been trying to build for Yog knows how long. Nope. There's still a few wandering around campus with broken-hearted parsnips. Okay, a lot of them. Gotta have filled their shrapnel quota by now. I saw a student, not a word of a lie. His entire head cut in half. Oh shit, really? Yep. But he was always a little two-faced. Two-faced. I bet the engineers use the Ethereum to store completed prototypes. Charlotte, chances are they've got what you're looking for. Let's go check it out. Oh, there's a with one of those monsters there. Hey Vicky, where the hell is everyone? The engineering building. Didn't you hear that explosion? Most people are off carrying the wounded to the infirmary. Oh yeah, of course. What are you doing here? Well, I don't have any arms. Ah, lucky break, huh? Well, it was more of a lucky ripping off an eat. Fair enough. Don't have any arms, so yeah. Sup, well man? How's the science? Vicious and unrelenting. Radical. Hey, just I'm told there's some sort of engineering project one of the guys left here. Do you think the library guys could borrow it? Huh? Oh yeah. Oh, she's got cool tentacles. It's over there. Oh, look, the tentacles all pointing in a weird direction. Did you find it? It's some big, ugly... What the fuck? Yeah, what the hell is that thing? Looks like a weapon from a first-person shooter game. Look at that thing. What is this thing? It's like half car engine, half steak, half steel purse. Is this for fighting ultra vampires or something? The reason you don't teach here, just pile on top of each other. I have a rock solid lady boner right now. I'm gonna have one in black to show the coven. They'll lose their shit. Take it then. We're gonna use it to shut the Ethereum up, but that ain't happening. Oh, what's that? I thought we just were into herbs and eyeballs and cauldrons and stuff. Why are you rock solid of that monstrosity? First and foremost, witches like awesome stuff. Eyeballs are awesome. Cauldrons are awesome. Secret midnight dance-offs are awesome. And the lady boner is awesome. Fair. You are a colossal lunatic. Thanks, Jess. See you later. Hey, Spooky. I was waiting for you in the library. Is that the thing? Yep, glorious, ain't it? If you see so, it looks like something they'd build for fighting ultra vampires. I know, right? Well, there you go. Hey guys, I got a thing. Ah, spooky girl. With the engineers taken ill, we've decided to use the shredded remnants of their department to store Nico's archives. Just until the engineers, you know, start existing again. Yep, we don't need to renovate the library until they restart their technical course, which requires students with arms and or legs. Does that mean I get to keep the thing? Help yourself, what are we going to do with it? I don't know. I just want to look at it. Well, good luck with that. Okay, job done. I'll go put this in my room, do a quick patrol, and start my private investigating. Please report all bridges, villages, corpses, and dimensional tears and unattained viscera to a member of janitorial staff that are probably trained in sanitation, body disposal, quantum physics, and mild voodoo. So, where were you last night? I snuck into your room, but you weren't there. Oh, you know, just off on a secret mission. New Orleans, hidden keys, dark revelations, tragic tales, that kind of stuff. Top secret, probably didn't hear about it. Wait, why were you in my room? I don't know, just for talking. You're pretty much the only person I talk to, other than my brother or the lunch lady. And that's usually about, you know, lunches. That's probably because you're incredibly annoying. Besides, the only thing you talk to me about is trying to chop my butt. Yeah, that's a good dynamic we got, ain't it? Yeah, it's not bad. Ah, Charlotte, thanks for helping with my archives, and care to add them with another secret? Let me think. Well, there's the reason my hair is like this is so I don't accidentally use my eyes on something. If one of my eyes is covered up, it seems to lessen the effect. Weird, huh? Oh yes, I've heard about your magic eyes. I have a small experiment for you tomorrow, so don't go poking them out before then. I'm going to bring a Charlotte Ward for my archives. Sounds like fun. See you around, guys. Why do you need to come and work here, Robin? Well, what's that cult of Shrubnigarath's motto? Preach harmony and compassion for the universe, offers neither. Exactly. Try to make the world a better place, because it's incredibly shitty, and that's what these guys do, man. But rather being nice, helpful to our neighbours, they're creating vaccines, technology, all that kind of stuff. Miskatonic's on the frontier of occult science, and working here means you get to be a part of a collective of history makers. Trust me, Charlotte, they'll remember us when these guys cure cancer or polio or tentacleitis. Well, that makes sense to me. What about you? Why'd you decide to work here? Same reason I became a witch. I really like all this creepy bullshit. I just think these guys are on the level, and if I go blabbing about what I saw in New Orleans, I could lose my job. Maybe it was just a handful of nutty folk performing weirdo experiments outside the university's eyesight. But then again, it was a whole facility dedicated to it, with a tunnel leading there and warning signs and stuff all over the walls. No way, this was legit observation. I'm gonna find out who's on top. So, what have you been working on? The discovery of the lesser species of Yith. It appears to be a form of black sentient cloud, though occasionally forming random solid shards or icicles in its core under severe distress. The Yithians seem to use them as a form of nourishment and humour, torturing them before they inhale the smoke. The odd thing is, in one of the last chapters of the Platok scripts, the Yithians write that the clouds communicate in a human language. I've seen Hyperborean writings describe the human soul as a floating black spikes. Funny enough, sounds like the two might be related. Irina, the first pre-human contact with the Yithians was situated in the lush jungles of the Arctic. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I think we've got an expedition to plan. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Well, at least our protagonist is honest. You know what I mean? At least she's honest. No. Oh, get over it. Ah. I got myself some extra liquids just because VNs generally wear my voice out so much that I have to get more drink partway through the stream. And these J2Os are always got these annoying metal bottle caps on them. Maybe I should save them for the oncoming apocalypse. Let's go see the sexy lizard girl. Our school swim teacher has a costume made swimsuit to suit their needs. Their needs, of course, being the extraneous limbs or mutated proportions most of them have. What the fuck is a swimsuit? A suit that you wear when you swim. I'm starting to get the impression that witches are the odd ones out. Yeah, you could say that. What happens if I click on her again? So, where were you last night? Oh, just the same as before. Simon Longfellow. So how was your international? So how was your internal zombification? Any negative side effects? Nope. It was just a pretty smooth transition. Oh, I did figure out a cool trick as to having my intestines falling out. Oh yeah? What's that? Just grab them and rip everything out. Well, it's like a charm. My torso is completely hollow now. That sounds like literally the worst thing that can happen to a human being. But if a dumb idea works, it's not a dumb idea, I guess. I can't quite argue with that. You know, our library holds records of every encounter with Yog-Sothoth, the horrific god of the eternal knowledge in human history. Wow, how many encounters have we had? None! Weird, right? Oh. Maybe that's why there's so many goofy fellas around. No knowledge god to give him some knowledge? Huh, that explains a lot. To the library. Oh, look, there's Nutty again. Hello, Wobbly Bum. Fancy meeting you here. Indulging in some light reading, are we? Well, I was going to check out Tentacle Tactics, a dissertation on regaining control on rogue transmutation circles, but I've lost my appetite for knowledge. Oh, these? White chocolate and sugar paint. I just make these in the kitchen to remind me of home, you know? Wow, really? Pfft, nope! The engine department exploded, remember? Means I get to pig out. Awesome, thanks, honey. Any more knowledge or... No, it's the same. Okay, fair enough. I must be misremembering when I was thinking that maybe you intro the person more than once and you get more information. The monster maid. Oh, that's perfect. I do love how this person put like little puppets on the end of their tentacles. How do you survive the engineering explosion? It took out the whole department. I was in the garage across the campus. It's one of the great things about being a mechanic. You don't spend a lot of time trying to invent a better wrench. Because you're too busy overcharging for spark plugs and peeking at pin-up calendars. Gotcha. We had a pin-up calendar at the Coven headquarters once. And by pin-up calendar, I mean a spill of the month calendar. And by headquarters, I mean Susie's house. And by once, I mean every year since I was 9. Thanks to our efforts in the Corporeum, preternatural medicine has advanced 200 years. New England's mutagenic atmosphere has gone from a cataclysmic Armageddon to a mild mutational nuisance. When I was a kid, I saw a guy whose face was a butt crack. Alive and well, thanks to the Corporeum. I mean, that didn't really solve it, did it? Does creative writing teacher seem a little weird to you? Whenever someone answers the question wrong, his eyes start pouring with blood. The blood thing's a little disconcerting, but when the class started clutching their heads and covering their ears to drown out the shrieking, that's what gets me. Huh? The creative writing teacher is either some sort of banshee or just a huge douchebag. I mean, both can be true, can't they? There's got to be something called silence responsible for extracting brain goo from people. Best to keep my snoop in here for now. I did my 2 weeks holiday to go work on one of the skull crackers. Sailing around Rayleigh has got to be the easiest job Miskatonic offers, right? You know, they call it the Nightmare Corpse City for a reason, right? Because it's a nightmare city filled with corpses. Or a city filled with nightmarish corpses. They say that about everything. They said that about Milwaukee. I mean, it's a nightmarish city filled with equally nightmarish corpses. But then again, I've never been to Milwaukee. I hope somebody on here knows what has been in Milwaukee can tell me that. Yin Ren sickness, China, causes the victim to see a pair of glowing eyes in places of pitch darkness. Sufferers were terrified of falling asleep, noting that the eyes seemed to get closer whenever they looked away from them. The worst sufferers saw them even when they had their own eyes closed. Ooh. Ptotic Plague, Italy. Scriptures and texts were being hidden inside Italy's most popular newspaper crossword puzzle. Those that completed the crossword were rewarded with terrifying revelations of the birth of humanity, most being driven insane by their new knowledge. Domestic earwig, New Zealand. A simple earwig that crawls in the victim's ears at night, but makes sounds of horrific muffled screaming and violence. Sufferers thought that their neighbours were literally murdering each other, many trying to save contended wives by murdering innocent husbands. Male population in New Zealand halved over the weekend. Well, that one wins. I'm not sure it was competition. Actually, probably was. Hey guys! Whoa! What's that wiggling meat slab? That right there's a piece of Cthulhu's skin. Charming, ain't it? Grody. But I thought Cthulhu was like some huge alien god. How do you guys get such a huge chunklet of him? Well, he might be a huge alien god, but he's still corporeal, we? Oh no, he's still corporeal, we? That's kind of crazy, Eddie. Funny story, there's a lost underwater in the Pacific called Rayleigh that used to act as the prison of Cthulhu. Scientists spent a couple of thousand years trying to get him out of there, but a few years ago some Norwegian whaling crew accidentally let Cthulhu out of his cage. As Cthulhu chased their yacht, out of desperation, this crew decided to ram his face with their boat. This caused Cthulhu's head to explode into mushy goo, disabling him. but his head started reforming the moment it exploded. Smart fella then immediately told the Miskatonic, who now employs a fleet of ice breakers, to continually drive through the mushy remains of his head, stopping him from reforming and destroying the world. Sounds like a fun gig. What are the Wigglies doing? They point towards the rest of their host, desperately trying to reform. We? Nowadays, our supply ships use a small piece of Cthulhu flesh to point the way to Rayleigh. Awesome! Thanks for the biology lesson. Sunitherium. Ooh, I think. Well, like when I look at this one, I think Spider Girl anyway. But not really a spider, is she? Oh, is she? I can't remember, to be honest. Yeah, she is. I hear the facility's heading to Dunwich in a couple of days. Need the locals to help build a new portal. Whenever I hear the name Dunwich, it puts a grin on my face to know that, however tough my job gets, at least I'm not a portal diver. Turns the button, and it puts a smile on my face whenever I get my portal diver's paycheck. Damn shame your job of standing in the hallway ain't so lucrative, huh? That's gonna be a pretty big paycheck if it's worth it. If it's worth a face made out of buttholes. That's true. Poor chasm. Oh, good lord. Extracerebral sentience seems to be a common factor outside the human race. Even when decapitated, some creatures seem to function with some control over their actions. It's a difficult thing to study, at least if you have any qualms about cutting the heads off a diverse selection of adorable animals. I really hope these guys have qualms about cutting heads off adorable animals. All the qualms. Oh, what are these two? So, is there anything else I should know about nature and its communal consciousness or whatever? Yeah. Don't eat carrots, they hate it. Communal consciousness? That's a cool idea. Would be a lot easier to spread harmony if everyone was connected at the brain. Then again, it'd be a lot easier to infect people with the asshole virus. Probably the best idea we all think for ourselves. Yeah, agreed. Last thing you want is having people's brains linked so that we all become bloody forever Trumpers. How's it hanging, old man? Let's say you and me get out of here, hit the town, and grab some street food. Could go for a foot long. Awesome. Please don't encourage the Eldritch Barrier protecting the western hemisphere of our planet from our incredibly volatile experiments on the original Necronomicon to misbehave. Sorry, I'm just fooling around with him. What you been working on? Currently, the effects of applying samples of Necronomicon parchment to heated patches of human skin flesh. Oh. And? Some of the parchment actually scribes the entirety of the Necronomicon's contents onto the subject's skin, essentially making a new copy of the book by tattooing the subject's skin. Or, you know, scarring. And the people you're doing this to are okay with that? I don't know, that's not my department. Why? Never mind. See you around, Jess. That experiment sounded pretty nefarious, but nothing about brains and goo extraction. Better keep an eye on it. I do like the background and I do love the characters. Did you hear? They cancelled the liberal arts program yesterday. Liberal arts? That's like the study of a little bit of everything, right? Why'd they cancel it? Well, can you imagine studying a little bit of everything here at the Miskatonic? Oh, yeah. I guess that would be a little suicidal. Yeah. A brain composed of ethereal ooze does have its drawbacks. Last night I lost some goo as it had dripped off into the rain. In the rain, and I forgot everything I learnt in college. Oh God! Wow, how much ooze did you lose? About half a teaspoon, but the only thing I learnt in college was how to play beer pong. Oh, these guys have brain goo on their heads. I wonder if it's the same brain goo as the brain goo we discovered. But these guys have purple brain goo, whereas the stuff I found was orange. Are there multiple flavours? That's a good question. I think. What's up, Charlotte? You're looking a little frazzled. Ah, something wandering the halls. Isn't know what fools are working on. Wandering more holes. It's a weird job. Well, if it makes you feel any better, you're making us feel a lot safer. We haven't had an accident in the whole building since you've been here. See you around, Charlotte. That's because most of us are standing around the hallways talking about board games and diseases and shit. What are they waiting for? Dr. Thirst Valentine might come off as a little pathetic towards the plight of humanity, but he gets it, and that's what we need at the frontier of code science. He gets it? What does he get? He gets that sacrifices have to be made, both from the inside of the university and outside of it. It's a nice thought to think that all humanity needs is a little love and tenderness, cult girl, but love doesn't cure blightpox, does it? Bye now. Well, I think I just made a breakthrough in my investigation. If theorist thinks like that, it ain't hard to imagine that he'd be fine with kidnapping folk. And if Maze agrees with his intentions, maybe other scientists do too. Ah, sure, finished your patrol? Yep, oh, quite on the Eldritch front. Awesome, it's getting late and most of the staff tuck in early, so you can take the rest of the night off. Well, I guess better get everyone else's body clocks. Then I'll be in my room if you need me. Oh yeah, that's the Dead Randy series, which I just can't really want to watch now, if that existed. Well, I'm not close to figuring out who's behind the brain goo, but there are few folks acting suspicious. It might just be dark humour, a coping mechanism, but it sounds like some of the guys are fine with gruesome shit happening to innocent people. I mean, it's not like there isn't plenty of gruesome shit happening to innocent people out there already. True that. But that doesn't excuse kidnapping people and collecting brain goo. First thing tomorrow, I'm gonna find out who it is. Good evening, ladies and gents. Mindy here, wishing you all a pleasant and filling evening, pushing the boundaries of occult science with little regard for ethic or consequence. Oh, shrub, don't tell me she does this every night. And now everyone's favourite part of the show, Mindy Muse, giving you cheerful and uplifting stories from around the world. Uplifting in the sense that it reminds people that our precious little university isn't actually a bastion of liquid shit and human suffering compared to the rest of the world. At least not the worst one. Firstly, there's been reports of sighting in rural Russian villages of a strange new supernatural species described as bipedal humanoid constructs roughly 15 feet tall with a skin made of thin clear glass. Strangely, these glass men appear to be stuffed with loose, random human organs, extremities, and entrails that all appear to be working correctly. Open hearts beat, unconnected intestines gesticulate, 7 hands wiggle their little fingers. These creatures will wander silently into local villages, take a person's hand, and walk back to the forest with people too petrified to protest. Our local Miskatonic correspondent Dave Chumley ends his report in the personal notes section with, oh god, this is the freakiest shit, oh god, she just walked away with it, oh god, one of them has a fetus in its head, oh god, it's breathing, get me the fuck out of here. Hilarious! And if you think trained Miskatonic operators being frightened like tiny babies by walking lunchboxes is fun, reports from Paris state that the latest operation to clear the so-called void for the catacombs of Paris have ended in disaster. I wouldn't think they'd end up in a better place. Oh yeah? That god of peanut butter girl worships. Shit's bizarre. The only survivor of the 14-man operation has said that the void once again crept into the minds of the agents, stating that the 3 that turned their shotguns on themselves turned out to be the lucky ones. We went on to describe the deaths of the other 10 men to our university liaison in what can only be described as puppeted trance, including bashing their heads against catacomb walls, tearing their eyes out, and filling the sockets with gunpowder and simply chewing the flesh off each other's faces until, in a hollow voice, he told the liaison, "Don't come back." He then proceeded to swan dive out of the French headquarters' second-story building onto the concrete below. Well, that'll do it to you. On the other side of the world, there have been reports in New Zealand a new supernatural insect infecting the populace. Ooh. What kind? Right, yeah, we're thinking. I heard the guys talking about it. Guess she's not going to stop talking about creepy bullshit. Might as well try and sleep through it. The creature seems to carry no physically debilitating illness, but while pupating in the victim's ear, will generate the muffled sounds of screaming and brutality, making victims believe that their neighbours are viciously attacking each other. Thousands of people have already been murdered in an attempt to save imaginary spouses from imaginary violence. Local Miskatonic correspondent Sasha the Basher Coombs had this to say: "Just kill her already. I just want to sleep." Ah, Sasha silly bollocks. There is no her, and talk like that gets you a visit from the Miskatonic's in-house sensitivity trainer. She tried to sensitivity train me once, back when we were allowed to flirt at work. I had never done it before, but the cute lad from the literature department said he was uncomfortable when I sat opposite him with a bowl of spaghetti, stared at him, and screamed, "This could be us!" before throwing my head down into the meal. What the hell? That would have worked in England. I'm not so certain. Long story short, sensitivity training can suck my spaghetti. Man, I still feel the brandy iron on my back, the ice water hosing, the bloody speech. "This'll learn you not to be insensitive," she guffs, whipping hot dry docked chains across my dangling broken body. Might as well call it a corpse, the damage on it. Still tastes blood as the thought of it. Though that might be somebody else's. Fair enough. So anyway, that's why I'm convinced that giraffes are from another dimension. And that concludes Mindy Muse. We went a little over the time slot, but that's okay. This has been Mindy in the Morning, signing off for the evening. Good morning, Miskatonic. It's your angelic bowl of adorable Mindy in the Morning, bringing you all the morning news from across the campus. 8 goddamn hours. Oh god. She's been going on for 8 hours. That's horrifying. That's probably the scariest thing she's done so far. Firstly, students of the creative writing teacher, Mr. Kathuzu, have a day off, as Mr. Zhu yesterday accidentally wrote his name on blood-dipped parchment and subsequently opened a nexus to his cadaverous homeworld, swallowing the entire post office. The post office, of course, being rife with blood and parchment. Of course. Secondly, a reminder to students and faculty in the biology department that the revolvers held in the wall-mounted glass cases are for suicide purposes only. Don't try to be a hero when little Susie splashes herself with the rage virus. Let her do it herself, or let other security forces take care of her. I mean, if that's the rules. The turnover rate is high enough already, and our woodworking teachers are complaining about the amount of coffin projects they have their students working on. The security team is there to die, so you don't have to. Oh, how great. Ah, thanks. Dick. Finally, our Argentinian outpost has delivered to us a genuine Shoggoth brain, much to the delight of Dr. Thirst Valentine. The brain has been sent to the Corporium, and testing will begin today. This has been your favourite morning radio host, Mindy in the Morning, with the Miskatonic morning announcements. Good lord, could you imagine trying to sleep through all that? Ah, hello, Charlotte. You are needed in the Corporium, we? Okay, I'll be there in a second. Thanks, Marie. Alright, time to head to the Corporium, but the investigation's still on, so I gotta keep an eye out for mischief. Well, there's a whole bunch of mischief right there. Can you believe it? An actual Shoggoth brain. How they finally get a hold of one? Oh yeah, the engineering department had been developing some sort of acid rifle. Genius, really. I can't wait to see the look on old Valentine's face. Man, they seem excited. Eerily excited. But these over here. This is what we've been working towards for decades. A genuine Shoggoth brain. There's so many questions we'll finally be able to answer. It's the start of a new global renaissance. And we're all here in the genesis of it. This is so exciting! What's the big deal? I don't know, a brain of a Shoggoth. Huh, so this is it. Kinda unassuming with all the commotion outside. Yep, this is the Shoggoth brain, or more accurately, an organ we like to call a sentience mesh. It's the one solid organ Shoggoths possess, a sort of webbing that dictates its actions and behavior after a cursory analysis. Oh, after cursory analysis, I can confirm that it is, in fact, made entirely of primordial ooze. Primordial ooze? What's that? It's a viscous liquid, orange in colour when pure. That is the base ingredient of all life on Earth. Every plant and animal on the planet was created by the manipulation of primordial ooze. It's incredibly difficult to find pure samples, but with this sentience mesh, we should be able to get a firmer grasp on how primordial ooze works. Oh, that sounds like the ooze she saw. And to do that, I'd like you to use your eyes on it. My eyes, huh? Sure, I guess. Duh. Oh, good lord. It's in pain, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, I didn't expect that. Astonishing. Charlotte, please take this report to Avery Marr. I believe he's in the library. But what does this mean? Am I manipulating the brain goo? Am I some sort of psychic wizard? Or a cold halfling? It's too early to start making assumptions, but if ours are correct, it's a very exciting time for the Miskatonic, and all of humanity. Well, I better go find Avery then. Did you catch that, Charlotte? Yes, I did. Other Charlotte. Primordial ooze. Viscous, orange, hard to come by, my ass. Motherfuckers have been stealing primordial ooze from people's brains and stockpiling it. But why? Why was the first test to see if my eyes affected it? Shit's getting intriguing. By the way, phenomenal acting on your part, Charlotte. Thank you, Mother Charlotte. Hard to keep a smile going when you've half cracked a case. For now, I better go find Avery and give him the report. Lay low, try and learn what I can about primordial ooze. Maybe she'll be able to close Carlton's face hole, or give Redlin new arms, or fix my chronic fear of commitment. Well, let's not wish for miracles just yet, huh? Fixing mutations? I always heard that once you're mutated, you're mutated. Is it something to do with the primordial ooze? Do you think the Elder Things had a plan for us? I mean, we are the smartest creatures on Earth, right? They want us to carry on their scientific research. That must be it. Why else would we be here? Elder Things? What the hell are Elder Things? Curious and curious. This goofball bullshit's starting to pile up. Well, if I remember the Elder Things from, Beyond the Mountains of Madness, they created humans as a kind of food source. Unfortunately, I believe the Shoggoths had rebelled and killed them. Well, the way it came off was that it killed them all, but who knows, maybe they didn't kill them all. To the library! Hey Emily, have you seen Avery around? I've got a report to give him. Ooh, hello. Ooh. Well, thanks anyway. Huh, where is he? Guess I'll take a seat, maybe he'll be back in a minute. Oh hey Vicky, where's your little wormy fellas? That's a good question, where have they gone? Does she just dis-summon them, or is this part of the potential change? Oh, one's baking an elaborately tiered non-Euclidean Relithian tentacle cake for an executive punch. What about the other one? Moral support. Baking a cake isn't really a torso-driven task, so I can wander around for the dumb bits. Are you sure you can trust those wormy things with such a delicate little task? Won't they fuck it up and eat all the icing or whatever? Not if they don't want to kick up the arse. What are you hanging around here for? Didn't you hear about the Shoggoth brain? Yeah, I'm looking for Avery. I've got a report to give him. Oh, I saw him at the main entrance. You will find him there. Ah, thanks, Vicky. I'll go check it out. Ah, there you are, Avery. I've got the report for the Shoggoth brain for you. Huh. Groovy, huh? I used my magic eyeballs on it and it warped into, like, some weird mouth thing. What does it mean? Well... It's mostly about documenting the effects of outside influence on primordial ooze, not so much about your eyes. It turns out the ooze samples seems packed with something akin to neural impulses, creating a sort of rudimentary intelligence that warps its physical properties to better match its environment. Of course, the effect is much more profound when the ooze is exposed to open air, hence the heavily mutagenic atmosphere, but it explains a lot about the slow evolution of species on Earth. If I had a guess, I would say your eyes emit some trace amounts of mute magic that only communicates with raw ooze, which is why the sample changed shape so rapidly. Huh. I guess that's why I mess with people's brains sometimes. Because of the brain goo. Wait, do you mean hence the heavily mutagenic atmosphere, the air in New England has primordial ooze in it? Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, that was our bad. After the second experiment in Antarctica a couple of decades ago, The Miskatonic discovered that the Elder things used primordial ooze to create all life on Earth. They brought back about a swimming pool's worth of it for testing, but didn't know it reacts to literally everything. It evaporated into the air, creating the atmosphere New England has today. And since the Miskatonic has the government by the balls, they decided not to evacuate New England, instead using the opportunity to observe the uses of mutational properties on the unaware citizens. Which, I might add, furthered the progress of occult medicine by 200 years. Not bad, huh? What the fuck is an elder thing? An intergalactic alien race? Oh. Duh. Maybe Emporium can tell you more about them. Thanks for the report, Charlotte. Okay. I'll go find them then. See you around. Ah, there's an elder thing. That's what they look like. Weird, ugly motherfuckers. From beyond space and time. Here's a French voice coming. This is an elder thing. Or at least, a drawing of one. Oui? Elder things are a race of alien scientists that came to Earth roughly 1 billion years ago. With their tough hides and nimble tentacle appendages, they could live on both land and underwater. Looks like an evil carrot. That is the most interesting description I've ever heard of that thing. Oui, they have radial symmetry rather than the bilineal symmetry of us Earthlings. Much like a carrot. But with them they brought primordial ooze, the base ingredient for all life on Earth. Unlocking the secrets of the primordial ooze and how to safely manipulate it could bring about a new world. One without hunger, or with the ability to create a species dedicated to working for us, or possibly to jumpstart the next stage in human evolution. Exciting, oui? Or instead of mutating everyone in the tri-state area. Oui! If we were able to control the mutagenic properties, we could not only fix the people of New England, but let them design themselves to their preference. Longer legs, bluer eyes, we could even do something about your giant bum! Okay, thank you, bye! So primary ooze is everyone's mutations. I can miss primordial ooze with my eyeballs, and it's the university's fault the New England atmosphere is so effed. Huh. I wonder if I can snag a sample of the ooze from the Emporium. I only got a jar or two. Run my experiments on it, see if I can control it a little. Either way, I got a bad feeling about all this. Shit seeming evil. What gave it away? It's just... How the hell do you do that? I don't know. I'll tell you what though. I don't know what I'm doing in the accent, sorry. I'll tell you what though. The dismount don't half play havoc with my jiggly joggers. What? So what's all the mountain about evil, my love? Oh, just some stuff I learned about the university. Gave me bad feeling. Feel like there's some evil going on, you know? Charlotte, my sweet, when you die in some daft experiment, they're gonna chop you up and feed you to me. They ain't exactly pillars of moral integrity, mate. Yeah, but that's, you know, recycling. An ongoing experiment they're running on us to see if eating people makes people crazy. Spoiler alert, you gotta be crazy to eat people. It's when all the science stuff starts hurting folk outside that I feel weird about it. The mutagenic atmosphere, it's a universal experiment they effed up, and now New England's all screwy because of it. That's not fair, right? Let's you and me run away together then. What? Yeah, we'll go back to England. You'll hunt monsters for a living, and I'll be your darling wifey in a polka dot dress, cooking roast beefs in a pea green oven. You can do that whole pipe and slippers thing like a proper American husband. Rough day at work, covered in blood and claw wounds. Kick your shoes off. 12-bore shotgun in the umbrella stand. Dinner at 6. Bed by 11. Dead by 80. Proper traditional. That actually sounds like fun. Yep, and don't you feel better with a little exit strategy? Back in London, we call it a fuck it. Just a little plan we all dreamed up for when shit gets slightly too awful. Helps us get through the day. Oh yeah, I do kind of feel better. Thanks, Annie. Not a problem, my lovey. Just give me a day's notice if you ever want to escape the country, and we'll be on a boat by breakfast. Oh hey, your brother works at Aquarium, right? Do you think he could sneak me a sample of primordial ooze? Oh, I'll have it on your desk before you know it. Thanks, Annie, I owe you one. I'll hold you to that on the honeymoon. Well, that Annie's swiping a sample for me. I better do a quick patrol to keep appearances, then go back to my room to do my experiment. Ah, she's got the tentacle things back. Hey, Vicky, where's everybody at? Usually a lot more folk men around. Oh, there's a trip to Dunwich tomorrow, and most of the staff are preparing for that. Oh, God. Dunwich, isn't that where little Lizzie's from? Yeah, little Lizzie of Dunwich is in fact from Dunwich. Ah, mystery solved. Well, yeah, I believe that's what they said about her, being imperceivable. Hello, me lovey. What you say? Are we making a break for it? First, I gotta find out when the Miskatonic stop buying primordial ooze, and this investigation isn't over yet. Well, you know where to find me. Stand on the ceiling. Yeah, why do you do that? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I think it's best not to ask. Ah, Charlotte, one more secret for prosperity? No, that's pretty much all I got. Why doing all these secrets anyway? Archiving them, historians tend to overlook the minutiae of people's life, especially when larger events overshadow daily life. With my secret archive, future historians will know the tiniest details of our faculty, who we were, how we behave, and exactly what was happening during our time here. Oh, that's pretty noble, I guess. See you around, Nico. Hey, Charlotte, do you think you could use your eyes on me again? I need to forget a few things. I don't have much control over them, but I guess it's good practice. You creepy ass. Creepy ass effects. Wish there was some sort of sound effect for it though. Yup. Did it work? Okay, yeah, it's definitely off that. Nope, still haunted by the screams of 1,000 prior librarians, driven mad by futile attempts to alphabetize the rotting texts of Plungdon. But on the plus side, I've forgotten where I parked. Well, you're welcome. Apologize, you're welcome. Are you entirely sure you want to apply for the occult science security? It's a lot quieter than you've been used to. And then the memories come crawling in. Between the possibility of the occasional flashback in the occult science building and the actual danger of being torn in half by a rift in space-time continuum in the math department, gotta go with the occasional flashback. So yourself, generally in the next 2 weeks I'll sort out the paperwork. Huh, are they looking to double security? Or are they looking to replace the current security? Don't really want to answer that, do you? It's always uncomfortable when so many people are away from the university. It might be a little dangerous here, but it's so much worse out there. Ah, Mama Nika's worried about her little flock. Go on, as long as they're not going to Mexico, England, Northern Canada, New Zealand, Africa, Europe, or Asia, they're pretty safe. I think that's pretty much the definition of what she was saying. Or Australia. Or South America. Oh, sounds Sounds like the world's pretty effed. You wouldn't think it walking around here. Except for all the mutants, I guess. And the toxic body warping atmosphere. And the huge possibility of body and brain snatching that I'm currently investigating. So I guess you would think walking around. Guess just Dunwich are a thing for the occult science guys. Looks like all the other buildings are bustling away. Works for me, makes the investigation that much easier. Student Emporium. Are we really willing to sacrifice everything we've built at Dunwich just for one simple test? A simple test on the other side of the fate of human race? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was worth it. The Dunwichians can rebuild. They do it once a week, anyway. Curious. Hey guys, nice outfits. Where are you guys off to? What the hell? The Bahamas. The Bahamas. I like her outfit says kill, 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 kill. And he's just in bloody briefs. There have been reports of an outbreak, and we have been tasked with the fact that finding the mission, Oh really? What's broken out? Rum! It's an epidemic! The natives need a couple of gorgeous scientists to get rid of it. Ah, get it? A romantic vacay. Well, have fun, you guys. We'll only be gone for a couple of weeks, so try not to destroy the place. Eh, big stuff? Oh no, big stuff? Don't worry, guys. You can count on me. Everything will be right where you left it. I'm not so certain about that. Oh, there you go. Creepy guy there. Oh, that's Dr. Thirst. Ah, Ruiner. Try to make sure your eyes don't fall out in the coming weeks. That would impede the advancement of science. Quite a bit. Oh, plus I wouldn't be able to see anything. Oh, how terrible. Of course it's secondary. It's rare to see Thirst out and about. Always puts me on my best behaviour. Guess that makes my job a lot easier, huh? Hey Charlotte, Ethereum's closed for the day while they prepare for the Dunwich trap. Huh? What's the Ethereum got to do with Dunwich? Purifying diving suits, portal diving's a dangerous job. They need all the help they can get. We bathe our diving suits in the Ethereum's ichor, which gives them like a 2% chance of not dying atrociously in between dimensions. Huh. Well, tell them I said hi. See you around. 2% is better than 0%, I guess. So, I was a guest of the Arkham Elementary School for mutating munchkins, right? And I'm like, little kids, impressionable. Might as well tell them about Shub-Niggurath cults. Try not to be a douche. It's a lot easier to learn when you're a little baby child. So, I've heard. Exactly. But then the snot-nosed little anus of a child gets up, and he's like, if these love cults are so great, why do we still need the police and the army or whatever? I've never wanted to dropkick a 7-year-old before. I imagine it feels fantastic. Well, the police are there to stop folks stabbing other folk. You can't force people to be loving to each other. You just gotta be groovy and hope other people see how awesome it is and join in. Yeah, I guess. What if you could, though? You can't. But what if, what if there was a machine that, just turned everybody into nice people? The nice people wouldn't notice, and the assholes are now nice people. People would be like, yeah, that was a monumental asshole thing to do, but, you know, can't argue with the results. Well, peace, done, you know? I think some people have tried that before, but a whole bunch of people got killed. Yeah. I remember that happening in that TV show of Stargirl, where the bad guys were actually doing something kind of like that. Of course, the problem with the device was that, as beneficial as it was to making people have these progressive ideas, the side effect was that I think 10% of people were going to have their brains liquefied. Which, isn't ideal. The machine was guns. Oh, not a damn war shot. I mean, like a spell or something. Pour love potion into the ocean. And then go with the motion of the love potion ocean. Well, I guess if you want to turn humanity into a giant tribe of bonobos, that's a noble way of going about it. A noble go for the bonobo goal. Yeah, I guess that's one way to achieve world peace, huh? Yep. But still do what you need to do. Us just have to, just gotta be groovy, and other folk be, like, groovy too, eventually. You're right, Charlotte. I forget I said anything. Okay, patrol done. There's a bunch of suspicious motherfuckers around here, but not enough evidence to go to the cops. Better get back to my quarters and see if Annie swiped a sample of primordial ooze for me. Right. Ooh, nice outfit, Charlotte. Hair up and sensible. Jimmy Jams secured. Socks moderately adorable. Repugnant base ingredient of all life on Earth, delivered and ready for experimentation. Let's do some fucking science. Oh, that should be a quote, shouldn't it? Hypothesis: I can control primordial ooze with my eye bubbles. Method: I'm basically gonna try and do that. Results: nothing. Well, nothing yet, anyway. Huh. Oh. What the fuck? It actually worked! I'm literally queen of badasses. Some can do maths, others can write poetry, but Charlotte Lestrange can make a shoggoth out of yogurt. Maybe with enough practice I can unmutate all the effed up folk in New England. Maybe even get rid of the atmosphere. On the other hand, if my suspiciousness gland is wobbling correctly, maybe I should keep this one on the down low. At least until I've got some practice in and don't turn people's mutations into sugarthy mush or whatever. In any case, I gotta learn how to fix folk, and the only way to do that is to practice on primordial ooze. I'm gonna ask Annie for more samples. Probably would have been better to keep a hold of it. So, the little witch girl had discovered that university was responsible for the mutagenic atmosphere covering New England, which had mutated thousands of people across the states. But had also discovered that her strange eyes had the ability to warp primordial ooze, the orange goo that courses through the brains and veins of human beings. And you saw that I was on holiday for the next part. So again, completely innocent of all crimes. So, the little witch girl was sent on another mission. This time to... Can I help you? Just been given wobbly ass and a bath. She put up a good fight, nearly got one of the duchesses off, but a quick elbow drop got her in the tub. Just see the bathwater. It'd be like liquid tuberculosis, like a chimney sweep's chamber pot. I thought I used too much of the hot tap for a minute. Looked like she was melted to the bone, all that gunk coming off. She's like 3 inches shorter in every direction now. Nothing like working with your hands, huh? I could make a trade of this. Charlotte Washers, Inc. I'll wash your Charlotte at a lovely reasonable price. Bugger it. I'd do it for free just to watch that screaming combination. Made me ribs ache laughing so hard. Who are you again? Nutty Annie. Kennel Darling. Amazon of Cheshire. Legs that go on forever and a smile like a smacked arse. Oh. Right. I didn't recognize you with your hair down. Yeah, me neither, to be honest. Our story resumes as Miss Charlotte assigned a security for a school excursion to the underground portal manufactory known as Dunwich. Dunwich Water Facility. Oh, is that little Lizzie? So this is where you live, Lizzie? What's with all the pipes and stuff? How's channel energy of the portals to the university one? Baby sisters build the pipes. Energy goes down to Brother Billy. Brother Billy conjures the portal. University uses the portal. I didn't know you had a brother. Yish! Brother Billy builds the portals. Big sister Lizzie manages the pipes. Is what Yogg-Sothoth calls delegation of duties. Ah, there's my baby sisters. Baby sisters, come here, say hello. Oh. Who dis? This is friend Charlotte. She's here to supervise human activities. Yep. Hi. Humans done need supervision. Humans need going into portals. Humans keep not coming out. Humans done need supervision. Humans need brains. Tell me about it. So I'm gonna go patrol, make sure everything's going to plan. Well, the fuck the plan is. Okay, we need to go see Brother Billy once the human preparations are done. Let's go! Ah, cute little Lizzie. This place gives me a serious heebie-jeebies. Feels like I'm being watched by the walls themselves. You are. For every Dunwitcher out there, there's 100 behind the walls, building more of these damn pipes. And that's all they do, besides pray to Yogg-Sothoth. They don't sleep, they don't eat, just build pipes down to the basement and tune in to Radio Yogg. Is that true, Lizzie? I thought they were just bigger versions of you. They get more meat bits, but me and Brother Billy traded our meat bits for brain bits. That's why we're cleverer, cause we gotta do all the thinkins. Me and Brother Billy are what humans call avatars of Yogg-Sothoth. Yogg-Sothoth. Representatives of his will in a given dimension. Me and Brother Billy like to be cheeky, and not do what we're told. Is it a good idea to be cheeky to a transdimensional god of knowledge? Yeesh! Especially since he can't do nothing, since the people he would send to punish folks are the people being cheeky. We're probably the most adorable, mind-shattering cosmic abomination in the universe. Oh, another one of those things. Okay, good talk. Just staring, saying nothing. I won't go in there if I were you. Why not? What's in there? It's where Dunwitchians congregate to communicate with Yogg-Sothoth, but their psychic transmissions resonate so fiercely that humans can hear Yogg-Sothoth's messages too. We sent a prospecting team in there when the university took control of Dunwich. 20 fellas, but only one came out sane enough to write a report. What did it say? The galaxy is lush and teeming, yet empathy is purely human. Then he went home and shot his wife and kids. Well, shit, now I'm intrigued. Charlotte? Alright, I'll come back on my week off. I'm not sure that's what she meant. This place is pretty fascinating, right? It's amazing what an interdimensional slave race can do with a concrete facility and a little elbow grease. What do they mean when they say that the pipes channel energy? The Dunwичers can't articulate what it is, and the top brass won't tell us. Huh, Lizzie, any ideas? No. Baby sisters know how to build. I just tell them when. Maybe Brother Billy knows. Seems like conspiracies just pile on top of each other around here. Add one more to the what the fuck checklist. That's quite a big checklist at this point. Ah, these two again. Why doesn't Miskatonic reverse engineer this technology? We could build our own portals right on campus. How exactly would you go about reverse engineering these fleshy eldritch pipes? Only the Dunwичers can see any sense in all this. And besides, Dunwичers don't get mutated by these portals, or at least not that we can see. Better to let them build them for us. Is that true, Lizzie? You guys don't get mutated? Nope, we ain't got the same mush as you humans. You ain't got no clompers, no grow chunks, no hingies, no yog toppers, no wigglers, no brain bits. That's why Dunwичers are so scary to humans, cause humans ain't got the same mush. I got plenty of brain bits, thank you very much. Wouldn't be solving all these occult mysteries if I didn't. Got you there. Ready to go see twin brother Billy? Sure, I guess. Okay, it's this way. There he is, Charlotte. This is twin brother Billy. Hi, brother. Oh my god. Okay. How the fuck is this twins? But this is friend Charlotte. She's one of the humans that make portals work for. Sup? Anguish! Aw, someone's got grumpy baby syndrome. Lament. I don't think this is right. What's the matter? It's Billy. Yeah, but did he always look like that? He sounds like he's in a lot of pain. Torment. Wait a minute, I feel like I've seen this before. Yeah. That's not Billy. That's a giant vat of primordial ooze. Let's siphon it out of the goddamn air. It's like I'm putting a stop to this gooey bullshit. Ooh. Ow. Ow. Fuck. Fucking ouchie boo boo bastards, that hurt. Dun 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 dun. There's a Dunwичer in there. We gotta save him. With you in spirit, Lizzie. Ooh, her eyes bleeding. Just gotta, you know, nurse the shredding remnants of my eyeballs, which are like 40% of my head. Ouch. Cheering you on, Lizzie. Lizzie? Ah, there's her there's her brother. Ooh, look at the eyes. Ooh. That's not a good time, is it? Okay, so I'm seeing double. And also my left eye has X-ray vision because left Lizzie has no bomber jacket. Or pigtails, so I guess there's an X-pigtail vision. This is the most sensible explanation. Ah, this is twin brother Billy. I guess he was trapped in the human marmalade till you let him out. Billy, this is friend Charlotte. Hello, thanks for saving me. No problem. So, why were you in there? Did you know about this, Lizzie? Ah, no. He's always looked like that. We've worked for the university since we were born. Me, they were performing tests on. See how us Dunwitchers talk to Yogg. Brother Billy, I guess they wanted portals from. They stuck me in the goo right after I was born. After I said I didn't want to open portals to Yogg-Sothoth, they said they'd let me out after I opened a good portal. Sorta excruciating. But I never once did open a good portal to Yogg. Plenty of bad portals though, bad in-betweens to try and scare the university, but never a good one. Brother Billy is brave, Brother Billy! So why not just open a portal to Yogg-Sothoth and have him let you out? He's kind of a cockbag. Yeesh. We like the dimension. Yogg would ruin it. We like this dimension. Yogg would ruin it. Then why would the university want to bring him here in the first place? Shit is dumb. Maybe they want to get all that Yogg knowledge. He does know everything. Even after the team of prospectors went all crazy, go nuts after hearing his message. They do a lot of stuff even after folks go all crazy, go nuts. So why they got those research stations in Kadeth and in Lang? What am I doing? This is all a big old barrel of bullshit. It's one thing to put yourself in danger or whatever for the sake of learning new stuff about evil stuff, but more and more the university's forcing innocent folk into it, which is just as evil as the evil stuff. And using evil to combat evil is basically the dumbest shit in the universe. Evil? Evil! Yeah, evil, and I want answers. I gotta get back to the university and crack some skulls until I get an explanation for all this crap. I can make a portal and send you back to the university if you want. No more portals, at least until I can figure this shit out. Lizzie, get all the university staff out of here. Make some excuse for Billy being sick or something. Billy, make sure you don't get seen by any humans. I'm heading back to the university. That, for some reason, was the final straw for the little witch girl. To torture an innocent little reality-hopping cosmic abomination was just too evil. The little witch girl's notions that everyone was inherently good were shot out of the canon of dumb naivety. At this point in the story, Eddie and me were drinking delicious cocktails on the beach out of a big coconuts. The lesson here is that sometimes it's easy to avoid the apocalypse. Just hide at the beach. So, to recap. Primordial ooze is the ingredient everything on Earth made out of. Everything on Earth is made out of. It's what's causing the mutagenic atmosphere in New England. And it's what we're sucking out of people's brains in New Orleans. And it's what Lily's brother Billy was imprisoned in at Dunwich. And it's what little witch girl has manipulated him with the magic eyes all this time. Well, that would explain a lot of things. But this story has a happy ending. The little witch girl is alive, standing right beside me, so it must be a happy ending. Well, you have to be alive to ruin everything, which is what the story's about. So hush yourself. Her hair seems to be cut short though. So little witch girl returned to the university out for blood. But what she didn't realize was that she was playing right into the hands of the bad guys. And if there's one thing intelligent and university uneducated bad guys are good at, it's a mental trauma. One shudder to think what they did to poor witch girl. It was more enjoyable than being baptized in bleach by a 6 foot tall Cockney gorilla. At least they let me wear a straight jacket. Let's try again. It was more enjoyable than being baptized in bleach by a 6 foot tall Cockney gorilla. At least they let me wear a straight jacket. So try not to think or shudder about what I'm going to tell you happened to the little witch girl. Because you'll shudder to think too, and all the shuddering will emit vibration frequency perfectly attuned to the disintegration of concrete. And I'm not getting my coat dirty digging a bunch of audience members out of the subsequent rubble, Wish I had rubble. Let me turn around helping them do all this evil shit. Whoop some ass. That's what I'm gonna do. Where the hell is Thirst? What's up, Charlotte? Ain't gonna be ain't like you to be stamping around screaming. Okay, where should I begin? The university put Lizzie's brother in a giant vat of primordial ooze to torture him into opening portals for him, convincing the other Dunwitchers into building a facility dedicated to siphoning ooze out of the goddamn air. Which, by the way, is the air thanks to a goddamn storage screw-up on their part. And rather than evacuate New England, they let people get mutated in order to study them. On top of it all, they got a guy in New Orleans kidnapping people and stealing ooze out of their goddamn brains with a giant goofy-ass syringe. So I'm gonna go punch a face. Shall I just calm yourself down a touch? Don't... Come sit down and I'll explain before you get yourself shot. After that, I want some answers, hence the punch a face. Charlotte, you've got arms like noodles and you've never thrown a punch in your life. I'll give you some answers if you give me a second. Fine. Lead the way. Look, I answer as much as you do. That's why I came to work for him, because I figured I could change it from the inside. Kinda dumb on my part, I guess. These guys see witchcraft as amateur hour compared to their occult science. But when I saw that what they were doing with primordial ooze, Charlotte, that stuff is amazing. Like second renaissance for humanity amazing. And that's why I put in good work for you. A good word for you. Because it was the only explanation for your eyes. Whenever you make someone forget something, or make them develop an eye twitch, or blow up a cat, you're messing with the ooze in their heads. I know there's no excuse for what Miskatonic's done, but they're on the brink of something incredible, and you could be the key to it all. Think about it, rather than helping a few people around town, you'll be helping all of humanity. Isn't that what our cult is all about, helping people? Well, don't say it all at once. Are you fucking serious? Tens of thousands of people across New England, women, are mutated, and you call that helping people? Kidnapping people and stealing brains, women, and who the hell knows what else. That ain't some hard sacrifice bullshit, that's straight up evil. Humans are supposed to be good guys. There's enough monsters out there already. What the fuck are you talking about? Charlotte, please, it's for the greater good. Oh god, the greater good. There it is, the greater good. Roman, I'm going to find Thirst and I'm going to stick my entire foot up his ass until he shuts this place down. Hopefully you come to your senses before I have to shove my other foot up yours. I don't think that's going to be the case. Oh, hello Charlotte, what can I do for you today? You can tell me where the hell Thirst is and explain to me why you put Lizzie's brother in a giant vat of goddamn primordial ooze. How about that? I speak for Dr. Valentine on all matters. You have no authority to speak to him. As for Billy, his refusal to cooperate with us led to his incarceration. He refused to bring Yogg-Sothoth into our dimension, so you fucking torture him? You are aware that he ruins universes, right? He also contains all knowledge, past, present, and future, of all dimensions and all universes within them. You understand why we would consider him an asset for this learning establishment. So rather than figuring out different solutions, you just torture a little goat fungus thing until he does what you want, or where the fuck Billy is. Yes, clearly. Fine, I quit, and I'm calling the cops. I assure you, our scientific inquiries are observed and permitted on a federal and international level, and you are required to give 2 weeks' notice. Well then, I'm gathering my sisters in the coven, and there ain't nothing worse than a whole bunch of pissed off witches. F your 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks before my sisters and me come and shut this place down old school style. Try and stop me. While nothing would give our staff more enjoyment than a gaggle of naked women chanting amateur hexes at us, you are contractually obligated to remain on the premises until your dismissal. And you are slightly too important to be dismissed. Uh-oh. Aw, come on, don't be dicks. Yeah, of course they're gonna be dicks. Of course they're gonna be dicks. It's proving difficult. Her eyes seem to be linked to her emotions rather than any manipulative cerebral mechanism. She has to want to do it. Torture? Largely ineffective. At least the ones we've used. Electrotherapy, transdimensional contact, tarantula submersion. Well, that last one's just mean. She's a weirdo. Yeah, she probably enjoyed the tarantula submersion. Probably meant that she got to speak to all kinds of new friends. Apes bashing rocks. Well, I mean, you do better, fuckhead. You and your fucked up teeth. Well, we figured we'd ask you to look at her as a member of the staff with the least... Oh, there we go. Respect for humanity. Correct. Maybe you can get her to cooperate. Cooperate with the ruiner. Cooperate with the crumbler. Your penchant for obliteration is as fascinating as the quirk of the species. Fine, fine, I'll make the witch girl cooperate. There are staff members between here and there that have documents on her, but they've been passing them around. Something to consider before you talk to her. Completely unnecessary, but fine. I will collect your little documents. Oh, I get to play as him now, do I? You have a file on our latest patient, correct? Sure, boss. Hand it over, Sizel. There you go, sir. Some good light reading. Charlotte effing Lestrange. Subject spent her formative years as a member of Shubnigoth Witch Coven. As a result, subject is deeply dedicated to the cult's tenets of sharing compassion with humanity. Subject is generally cheerful and good-natured, though naive and easily manipulated. Subject left the education system early to join her cult. Subject has relatively low intelligence and common sense compared to women her age. Subject is deeply fascinated with the occult, having become a witch at an early age, and exudes a curious, inquisitive disposition to supernatural abominations that would drive other civilians out of sight. Real use the unknown mechanism of her eyes. Subject was brought to the Intelligent University by a member of her cult, one Flame Fletcher. Name Charlotte Lestrange. Height 5'6", age 22, hair black, eyes NA. Nationality American French. I've just read this. First in the abominations that would drive other civilians insane at the sight. Subject has the ability to manipulate primordial ooze using an unknown mechanism in her eyes. Subject was brought to attention of the university by fellow member of her cult, one Rumen Fletcher. Why did she get the eyes? What a waste of fantastic mutation. What, jealous? She gets the martyr. She gets to be the martyr of humanity, and you're stuck with sausages growing out of your back. The file, please. History. Age 3. Subject sneezes. Reveals her black eyes. Parents forget subject's middle name. Renamed Effet. Age 5. Subject attends school. Tests poorly. Often found socializing with mutated children. Inquiring about their disabilities. Age 8. Subject displays a natural affinity for the occult. Seems not distressed by knowledge of monsters or entities. So age 9. Subject is taken out of school to become a cultist in the Chesuncook Witch Coven. Dead mother informed of her abilities. Reminded to keep the coven's affiliation with the Miskatonic a secret. Age 15. Fully indoctrinated by the cult's ideologies of spreading peace and harmony. Dead mother informs the university that the training of her eyes is going poorly. Ooh, I like the Spider Girl one. And it makes you wonder how many affiliates our little old university really has. There's got to be independent partners all over the world, right? The papers! Sure thing, boss, here you go. Certainly not doctrinated by the affiliated Christinic Witch Coven has accepted their doctrine of peace and harmony. As a result, Subject seems relatively selfless, going out of her way to help others. Though initially inquisitive and curious of the occult, the subject's lack of classical education and low intelligence counter her ability to think critically and objectively. This could be cause for concern during the final stages of the project. As a result, it is suggested that the subject should be gradually exposed to our primordial ooze plans by sending subjects on small false assessment assignments. If subject does not understand our cause after these assignments, subject will have to be physically coerced into working with us. Ah, her friend. Thirst. Before we go in there, remember, torture doesn't work. We need to be compassionate. She'll come around once we explain what we're doing. Oh yes, I believe I have something that will convince her. What is that? Liquid compassion. Charlotte woke at the sound of a distant heartbeat. The concrete beneath her was warm and moist, as though licked clean by some vast tongue. And beyond her cell door came a chorus of rasping, heavy breathing through 1,000 drooling, clenched jaws. The atmosphere was thick with sweat, and the drafty cathedral ambience of the cool concrete corridors was replaced now by the unmistakable presence of flesh. Oh. As the door to her cell creaked open, Charlotte soon discovered that she was no longer bound by chafing leather straps, though her fingers far too numb to think she had loosened them herself. Leaning towards the light edging the crack of the door, Charlotte noticed something fleshy and glistening retreating from her cell. Ah! That thing helped her, I think. The outside her cold cell was inviting like a lover's lap. Thick, palpable, it flooded Charlotte's nose and blurred her vision. Her senses absconded into an ambience of warm autumns and cigarettes at sunset, dog fur and fresh-cut grass, strawberry ice cream and sleeping late, the smell of fresh bread and new books. Her head swam with the feelings of nostalgia, belonging, and feeling loved. Huh. It's kind of nice in here. No, Charlotte, don't fall for it. Oh. Anything interactable? Well, that's the only thing. The wall of flesh here. Nothing else. The Orient tendrils painted comforting scenes of seaside villages, quiet bars, log fires, warming countryside cottages, and morning rains. Charlotte felt at home more than she ever had, an intoxicating, addictive feeling of belonging, of being wanted and cherished and loved. And it didn't make sense, but Charlotte was home and everything was going to be okay. This place is awesome. I could wrap myself up in these lovely tentacles. Wait a minute. Nah, never mind. I want to go deeper. It feels right to go deeper. No, I can't choose to go the other way. The pulsating tubes of quivering meat painted yet more portraits in Charlotte's addled mind of a joyous, loving past, of childhood milestones and wonderful achievements, of forming friendships at kindergarten, of new puppies, of school tests passed with flying colours and graduating college, waterboards hanging in the air, of the perfect job, the perfect home, the perfect husband, of... Wait, that never happened. I did terrible at school. I never had any friends. I never had a puppy or a job or a boyfriend, let alone a husband. I left school to become a witch. And fat lot of good that did me, huh? First ever real job, they fucking abduct me and take all my stuff and throw me in here, and now even the fucking walls are laughing at me. Alright, calm down. There's gotta be a way out. Just keep going. Ooh. Whoa, what the fuck? Ah, there you are. We were wondering when you'd finally join us. Rowan, what's happened to you? What do you mean, us? Where is everyone? We're right here, Charlotte. Can't you see us? We've come to congratulate you. Congratulate me? For what? For saving the world. You did it, Charlotte. You fixed everything. Well, you know, almost everything. What are you saying, Ruben? Oh, come on now, Charlotte. Don't you recognize your own handiwork? But what? How? Oh, it was wonderful, Charlotte. We tried everything to get you to use your eyes on us. Hypnosis, hallucinogenics, torture, which I voted against, but we were getting desperate. After a final round of particularly potent lysinic acid, we asked you what you wanted. And it worked. You simply said what you wanted everyone to love each other and be kind to each other, and zapped me with your eyes. At first it was frightening to have a horrific mutated woman literally swallowing each of us into an open torso, but once we were absorbed, everything was wonderful. We're so proud of you, Charlotte. Oh, if I can keep them talking, maybe I can mutate them back when they're distracted. So, what's it like? Oh, Charlotte, an inscriber would be connected, truly connected, at a synaptic level, to 1,000 friends and family, sharing 1,000 secrets a minute, all your hopes and fears, all your joyous and embarrassing memories, literally your entire life bared for all to see, with everyone bearing their simultaneously and forever. Every sensation, physical, mental and emotional, rippling across a vast network of interconnected minds and bodies. To be separate is to be alone and die alone, with only a hampered language and fleeting contact to convey your thoughts and emotions. To be connected is to be a part of a living heaven. Did you know this place that the passage of time is dictated by subconscious by the human mind? That the duration of a minute can be squeezed into a second or stretched into a decade? That's why drowning sailors see their entire lives flash before their eyes. Or the Mazatec shamans spend years exploring their minds during 15-minute doses of salvia divinum. In the 12 hours it took for you to recover, we had spent a septillion years laughing at awkward memories, weeping together at past tragedies, bathing in coital bliss. Huh, that actually sounds pretty bad. It's pretty rad. But why are you not just a warped face on a mass of bruised meat, Rumen, like everyone else? Well, we needed a face for the rest of the plan, and between the emotional orgies and the, actual orgies, we had a little debate, and we decided that I was the most goddessy. Goddessish. The one that looks most like a goddess. I guess that makes sense. Wait, what plan? Expansion, of course. Huh? No. Why aren't my eyes working? What did they do to me? Charlotte, think about it. The Chinaman was great and all, but we were never going to convince the entire world to stop being awful to each other. If we were to absorb the human race, there'd be no more suffering, no more bigotry, no more hatred. Just an eternity of quiet bliss until the sun swallows the planet. If you let us out, we can double our mass every day. Within 27 days, we'll have absorbed both North and South America. A quick swim across the Atlantic, and we'll have the world a week later. The entire world connected, Charlotte. Can you imagine a greater paradise? All we need is for you to build a portal down here large enough to get us out of the sanatorium. All we need is for you to get the Dunwich to build a portal down there large enough to get us out of the sanatorium. We're not as squishy as we thought we'd be. Slightly too much bone in here. Can't fit through the exits into the Miskatonic's underground tunnel network. But what if they don't want to be absorbed? I mean, I'm literally your first customer, and I'm not feeding the sales pitch. Well, of course you're on the fence, Charlotte. You're just a wish with a scrambled brain. But think of all the normal people out there. The homeless, the jobless, the depressed and suicidal. To be absorbed is to be free of the burdens of life. No obligations, no debt, no politicians. Nothing but the embrace of a loving community. And, anyone adamant about staying individual will change their tune after a brief swallowing. Ooh, no. What? If they'd done something to my eyes, my only option is to talk my way out of this and go get help. Oh, come on now, Charlotte. Anyone with reservations will quickly change their tune once they're a part of the community. I mean, we'll be blanketing the entire world with our euphoric mass, so the only other option would be starving to death. We're not monsters, Charlotte. You cannot just force people to join you guys. Because it's wrong. It doesn't matter how lovely it is inside your community. It doesn't matter how terrible it is outside. People have to be free to make their own choices and think of their own ways. Precisely, Charlotte. And if their choices are assholey, deal with the assholishness. Dealing with the assholishness brings the groovier people closer together and pushes the assholes further away. It always does. But just robbing everyone of their individuality and absorbing everyone just takes away their promise for the future. Forcing anyone to be as good as they are today prevents them from potentially being even better tomorrow. And it's mean. Those absorbing assholes doesn't make them suddenly better, it just makes you an asshole. That's true. So rather than ushering a new age of human unity, you're saying we should just keep this incredible feeling to ourselves? I mean, yeah, wouldn't that be better? To not have strangers swimming around inside you or whatever? Yeah, not happening. This is the next stage of human evolution, Charlotte. It might be rough for the first few years, but what with the slow and deliberate consuming of all mankind, but it'll be worth it once everyone's a part of us. Trust us, Charlotte. This is the best for humanity. The girl raises a point. Negative emotions could perpetuate across the network. It would be in our best interest to exclude toxicity from the community. Shun the assholes and only let groovy people in? Sounds familiar. Exclude ourselves. Let those that wish to seek us out join our community. Hey, now there's an idea. How about this, Charlotte? You let a few people know that the university is now a gateway to a living heaven. Get the rumours started, and anyone that wants to shed the responsibilities of life can come down here and, decide for themselves if they want to join us. So you'll just stay here, not bust down and swallow the whole world? Nah, you're right. If we force the world to conform to our standards, we're only going to get more and more toxic. And if we're going to save the world, we can't become the douchebags that we're trying to save it from. Yeah, exactly. Besides, as word gets out that heaven is real and hidden under the basement of Miskatonic, people will flock to be absorbed anyway. We will swallow the world, albeit at a slightly slower pace. Those we deem toxic can be left outside, alone, until they adjust their behaviour. Yeah, sure, as long as you're not forcing folk. Wait, where'd you say we are? Under the university, the in-house sanatorium. Huh. Guess that's better than venting, huh? So I'll come visit sometime, I guess. We know you will join us one day, Charlotte. Yeah, probably not. Bye, guys. Well, that was a disaster averted, I guess. I think. Wow, everyone's really gone. Oh, hey, Charlotte. Annie? Nice outfit, love. You look like a severed bollock. What? You didn't get absorbed into the monster? What monster? The monster the rest of the staff turned into? The thing in the basement that they called the next stage of human evolution? The vast networked community of like-minded individuals that want to absorb the entire world into their mass as some terrible act of philanthropy? The thing that was worth experimenting on me for? The thing my friend betrayed me to become? You know, that thing? No, they only really tell me the lunch menu for the day. So, you turn the staff into monsters? Can I see? Just one big monster, and I don't think I want to go back downstairs. I don't know what to do. Oh, okay, sweets. Well, it is dangerous. Well, is it dangerous? Are they in pain? Do they need my help with something? Well, no. They seem super into it, actually. And they told me they're not gonna, break out and absorb everyone on Earth. And they let me go, so I guess they weren't lying. Then how about you take a minute to breathe and come rest your weary noggin? Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's cute. I barely knew anything about anyone. Tell me about yourself. Huh? Well, I was born in London, but we moved out to the West Country because Dad wanted to be a farmer. He was an accountant. My mum looked after me and my brother. Turns out the only thing Dad could grow was carrots. So me and my brother would spend all day at the market selling carrots for, real food. I remember when I brought home my first girlfriend. My dad was so psyched that I was into girls. Every father's dream. Every father's dream. I'm not certain. He tore out every carrot in the garden and made the whole family this giant stew. This bright orange sludge. Best thing I ever ate. Then the cannibalism started spreading from London. Feral folks started showing up and we all joined in, of course. Suddenly, people didn't want carrots anymore. Don't know why. They went great with man steak. One day, some American bloke puts up a notice on the town's bulletin board, promising money for test subjects to come to Massachusetts. I just wanted to collect my earrings and go home, but my brother's such a big fucker, they went and hired him as a monster hunter. What's a feral folk? People that just ate too much people. There's the normal lads that sorta just enjoy the chaos, go to the pub, cheese and onion crisps, shag the landlord's boy, quick murder on the slog home, barbecue tomorrow if the weather's good for it. And then the ferals say, bugger the pub, let's just perch outside and wait for the first dozy sod who wanders out for a piss and tear them to pieces. You know what I mean? Cannibal apocalypse and there's still pubs? How else you enjoy it? So, what are the requirements for becoming a witchy poo? Am I allowed in? Well, you need to be brainwashed into thinking that the world is fundamentally broken and you and your coven are the only people who can fix it. And chicken soup. Chicken soup? I spent all night out in the rain dance forest around in the necky. You're gonna want a lot of chicken soup. If you can come up with a unique recipe, you're in. Toes. Huh? Chicken and toes soup. Suck the toe meat off like chicken wings. Like hum num num. Yeah, that's definitely a unique recipe. Give me a night for your complimentary artificial sense of belonging and frostbitten ass. You know that they've saved the day? You know that you've saved the day? Are you gonna go back to your coven, kiss some frogs? That's princes, and I wouldn't call merging the entire university into a giant tentacle monster with eyes saving the day. Well, all the horrible stuff they just... Well, the horrible stuff they justify by saying it's for the great good and whatnot, I'd call putting a stop to that saving the day. It's just lucky I talked them out of busting out the university and destroying everyone, and they only stopped out of self-interest, keeping out toxicity or whatever. If they get the idea that it would all be worth it, the whole planet's in danger. And you can just use your eyeballs on them again, right? Zap them to mush. That's the weird thing, my eyes don't work anymore. I try to zap them and nothing. I guess I'm normal now. You know, my whole life has just been surrounded by people who I thought were like me. I liked going to school with the other mutated kids. I liked my coven. I thought we were going to save the world. And when they told me to go work with a big occult university in America, I was excited. This place sounded super cool. And I thought it was full of more folk like me. Folks who wanted to help people. But it's all fucked up. Even the people whose ideas I agree with have these malicious agendas inside them. It sucks. So I'm done with people. I'm just gonna get away from civilization. Ah, the Mad Hermit method, I like it. You can borrow some of me hair. Some of my hair, make a nice beard. Actually, I was thinking like, do you remember the thing about going to England and the shotgun umbrella stand, and the pea green oven, and the polka dot dress. Because that sounds, you know, kind of cool. I can get a dress at the harbour. Really? Would I, like, fit in over there? Well, no, you're a Yank. We need to fix your accent. Say blimey. Blimey. Terrible. Well, still gotta figure out what to do with the monsters in the basement. First, you gotta pack up your stuff and get out of there. Straight jacket, my lovey. Yeah, I guess you're right. I kinda can't believe we're doing this. I'm kinda like nervous, you know? I've never been outside New England, and now I'm going to Old England. Bloody bugger! Bloody arse bugger biscuits! Am I doing it? Well, you got the topics down. Are you gonna get ready too? Well, let's see. Sure. Yep, I'm ready. You're also wearing shorts. Huh, what do you know? Well, we're probably gonna need some cash dollars at some point. Boat tickets, lunches, stuff like that. Plus, if I'm gonna be Charlotte Lestrange, human girl, I'm gonna need some non-witchy stuff, jeans and whatnot. I'll snag a few paychecks on the way out. It's not like anyone here will need them. Don't remind me, I need a brain scrub after what happened in the basement. Hopefully being a million miles away will help. Pfft, you said they were super into it. Plus, you gotta save the world and all that bollocks. Guilt-free transaction in my book. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. You know, if we're gonna go on sick marriage adventures, we should probably say something nice about each other, at least once. What's a nicer word for, succulent? Okay, we'll put that on hold. Day 3 without morning announcements. I'm frightened, Charlie. I'm scared, alright? We were a big fish in a small pond back in Tuscan. Now, sure, but we were happy. We had milkshakes, we had the crick, we had a dame on each arm, and change for the moving pictures every night. Damn it, Charlie, now we're here. New York goddamn city, and I hope you're happy. I've been shot, Charlie, I've been shot. But it hurts, the worst in my heart. I miss Tucson, Charlie, I miss home. Don't you dare wash my blood off your hands. Pfft, what the hell was that, Mindy? Good question. Oh, of fucking course, the lunatic with the microphone is still alive. We should probably tell her she's out of a job, my lovey. She won't figure it out until a couple of weeks after her wage packet doesn't arrive. Oh, what a shame that would be. So let me get this straight. You were hired as a security guard a week ago, and within a week you've managed to flagrantly disobey security protocol by entering a classified primordial ooze extraction facility without the proper clearance. Steal the valued possessions of a Miskatonic off-site employee. Stop the transport of invaluable supplies and equipment to the plateau of Leng by dismantling portal production in Dunwich. Destroy the most prestigious occult science school in North America. And convert the entire faculty and student body of said establishment into a mutated abomination of flesh and tentacles hosted by your best friend. And rather than solve any of these problems, you're taking a half-feral cockney cannibal who you met when she professed to want you to eat the lower half of your body on a romantic vacation to roll open a country overrun by psychopathic man-eaters. Hello, Annie. Hello, Mindy. Now, wait a heckin' minute. First of all, the only reason they hired me was to use my eyeballs for their creepy bullshit. Secondly, the primordial ooze extracting whatever was torturing, kidnap locals with fear experiments and cutting their brains out to suck the goo out with giant syringes. Thirdly, the Dunwich balls were created by keeping Lizzie's twin brother in a vat of primordial ooze, keeping him trapped in agony, so I let him out. The monster in the basement, which by the way is a fucking sanitarium for performing experiments on nutty folk, was a result of them using my ooze-warping eyeballs, and it worked just the way they wanted it to. And I only took that dead Randy stuff because the deep one it all belonged to finally escape that horrible place. Dead Randy stuff because the deep one it all belonged to finally escaped that horrible place. And even more in my defense, everyone really seems to enjoy being a big gross monster. Like, really a lot. Gasmic fun times, from what I saw. And if it's any consolation, it took a chunk of her to probably get dysentery. That dress is 12 seconds old. And it's already absolutely filthy. Love it. Be that as it may, I now found myself out of quite a cushy number. You may have heard that I recently acquired tenure. Yeah, you screaming into my brain every morning, the tannoy giving me an inkling. Congratulations, by the way. I've spent my years here examining every single thing that occurs on campus. Every experiment, every spell, every invention, every miracle. Portal teams to Lang prepare for Dunwich on Thursdays. The morgue is emptied on Fridays. Building materials for engineering department explosions arrive on the 3rd. Corrupted lab coats are incinerated every second Wednesday. Outpost radio check-in 6 to 7. Teams to investigate missing check-ins leave the next day. Bursar heads to the bank on the 28th. Tuesday is taco night. It was yabum. Succulent. I meant yabum. Is this the time? Like a pork chop. You wanna know how we say your ass is like a Sunday dinner in America? You look nice. Well, you look like coiled up shit. You just happen to have a succulent bum. Don't make me laugh when we're getting scolded, jeez. Shut up. Well, if you're so shub-damned in the know about how the university runs, why don't you run it? You'd probably be good at it, being a complete cow and whatnot. Because the university requires staff. And where is our staff currently, Charlotte Lestrange? We would like to know this too, we? And that's where we are today. An exciting story, we? Full of twists and turns, friendships forged, and broken secrets uncovered, dark plans thwarted, and lessons learned. They're just confused. Okay. So why are you telling us this? Well, with the monster source facility congealed into a massive myriad out of the rest of us, you're the most senior and highest ranking member. So you're in charge of the Miskatonic. Yeah, if you want to be, that is. Since you and Billy and dimensionally to collect the Yogg-Sothoth, we'll have all the knowledge of the known universe at our disposal. Which means no more invasive experiments of the innocent members of the public, no more monster autopsies, no more primordial ooze collecting or portal making, no more evil stuff for the greater good. We can start making real leaps in occult science and technology with you guys at the helm. Clathwan Titik Rin Glurqui on Fatagur Mek Yogg-Sothoth Glurku Kuv and Quirnen, Jossoth Kibblur, Massive Dickass, Supnum, Run Kiprur, Ipsit, Zomzoms, Snookrat. Will someone make us gritty cheese? Oh yeah, they like gritty cheese, I remember. You can have as many as you like. Okay, let's get started. That's all it takes, some gritty cheese. Well, I did not expect to instantly end the game tonight, but there you go. All kickstarted, if I remember. I've got some more drinks to go through as well. Well, so there you go, there's another game done. So that's another game I need to mark off my list. Actually, it's another game I also need to mark on this list as well. So that I remember what order to post these things up, even though my order at the moment is kind of messed up anyway. So yes, after Prey we've got the Miskatonic. Now, what to stream tomorrow? I'm tempted to actually... Tonic. There we go. I'm actually tempted to go back to the old old Bugs Bunny game. The one I never actually got to finish, which was Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Because unfortunately we had a little emulation problem, basically. And it also meant we couldn't use certain abilities, which made the whole thing a pain in the ass. Oh, just as I thought. Ah, there you are. We were under the impression you would join us. And I was under the impression you would join the world. We thought better of it. A selection process would advise to keep toxic elements out of the community. Charlotte will inform the world that we are heaven, and those wanting to join us must be worthy. Yes, I'm entirely sure she will. Or perhaps she'll leave you down here and run off with her sharp-toothed gorilla companion. What? Why would she do that? Possibly because she sees you as a repugnant mass of flesh, with the sort of ideals one should lock in a basement. Possibly. We are heaven. To deny the world of us would to be to deny an eternity of bliss for all mankind. She would bear the greatest crime against humanity in history on her shoulders. It seems like she's fine with that. Then you, Thirst, must make the Dun Witchers release us. Oh, I have no power over them. They listen to the little one. The little one listens to the girl. But I have an idea of my own. We don't need your ideas, Thirst. Just get out and tell the world that we're here. Our selection process will do the rest. Ah, yes. I assume you will be personally screening every single person on Earth to determine any personality flaws? All 2 billion of them? Oh, right. Fine, what's your plan? In lieu of spreading heaven across the world, the Master will travel from city to city, creating individual communities of flesh. These can then be observed as your little selection process demands. Those found to be amicable can be absorbed as single entities, whereas those found to be toxic can be left to rot. Doesn't that sound like fun? In theory that would work, but if you just be separated from heaven, and even if I accepted to remove myself and create individual communities would require Charlotte's eyes, which we don't have. No, you don't. Would you like them? Ah. Ah, at last, how do you feel? Oh, good lord. Debilitating, eye-watering bliss, thirst, an emotional matrimony of contentment and peace that is as satisfying as it is exhilarating. I'm still connected, Thirst. I refuse to leave heaven. I just wondered if this is going to work. That is the strange thing about humans. Like-minded individuals always converge to share their common interest, only to attempt to outdo each other's knowledge or passion for any given subject, which leads to mild thoughts becoming extreme righteous causes, and a sense of elitism and hostility towards outsiders. What are the hells of religion, or the far wings of politics, if not sensible ideas rotting in the convergences of human minds? Have you heard of a European? Have you heard a European talk about their football? Trust me, you humans are incredibly predictable. You will jump at the chance to be connected into a vast neural community. The only thing to fear is that you'll find a way to ruin it. Are you ready to go? Oh, look at her now. Sure, where to? Got a lot of back pain there, I bet. Christ. And that was the game. Huh. And also, it's time to end the stream, which is pretty good timing. Alright, I'll have to note this down. And, yeah. I might look into getting that game done then, like I said. And, maybe stream some of that. See about going to that Bugs Bunny game. But for now,